Before I get started, I just wanted to kind of talk about what Coach Grant talked about before his last game with the gamblers, I guess. And what I would just say is, if you are that much of a loser that you would form a fake Twitter or Instagram or whatever account to go like harass kids who play college basketball, you really, I think Coach Grant said something about they got to reevaluate their priorities. I can't imagine anybody who would do that, and I would say it's a lot of fake tough guys behind anonymous handles. Where I'm from, if you have a problem with somebody, you go talk to them in person. So I would just say it's gutless, and it's embarrassing for those people. And we totally stand by the Dayton program as it relates to that. One of our own players got something after our game on Monday, and it's just complete clowns. So I'll say that first. Secondly, I would say very, very proud of our group. I've got the utmost respect for Coach Grant, the Dayton program. Their strength coach, Casey Caputo, was with us at Miami twice, 2 different times. We played them last year in Orlando, and we got beat on Thanksgiving Day. And then they went and beat Kansas on Friday. So we went to the Elite Eight. Kansas won the national championship, and Dayton beat both of us back-to-back nights. So I was familiar with their team and their roster, and obviously Coach Grant, and what a great coach he is. And so for me, we knew it was going to be a very tall task. I think our group has done a very good job of sort of taking whatever the game plan is and trying to execute it in league play. Doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect or right or it's going to work, but you try to give it a shot once you kind of formulate a message to the team. It's kind of funny because last Saturday I think we were here with St. Louis and we formulated a game plan, and then that morning we figured out that Collins wasn't playing, and we might as well not have practiced because we spent so much time thinking about him. And but this week I thought, with the extra day of preparation, a chance to formulate some ideas. We knew it was, again, going to be really difficult because of the quality of players on their team, but I will give my guys credit for, really focused effort into executing what we were trying to do.
Questions, Patrick?
You talked about winning with all, having a score this year. To win with defense and to win at the pace that game was played at for 39 minutes. How encouraging is that to you?
We've been trying to get better defensively every day, and you are allowed to play fast when you can defend. I think I've said that. Like you can play as fast as your defense allows, and for us, we've had incremental improvements at moments, like the first half of Mason and most of the game today. But you just, like we know, it's going to give you a chance most nights if you can be a team that can defend. And, tonight we were. That doesn't mean it'll happen next week, but at least tonight in the first half of the Mason game, we gave ourselves a chance, and then obviously we were able to win.
Dave, going up against a perennial tournament team today, what does this win mean for the program, especially after years of, struggles?
Well, again, I think we know that Dayton is going to be at the top of the Atlantic 10. That's been historic, and so you want to be able to go and say, hey, no matter who comes into our arena, we're going to have the ability to compete and hopefully win those games, right? And so, we're able to do it. And tonight, a great crowd. I know there's a lot of Dayton fans as well. Great fan base, fun to play in front of them as well. And our student section was incredible, as it has been and as it should be here. And it just created a great environment against a great team, and we were able to play very well. So I think that's a start. We're not anywhere near where we would like to be, but it's a start.
Mark.
Yeah, you've won 3 of your last 4. Just in what areas are you starting to see kind of that growth that you had been looking for?
Yeah, and I would say the defensive end, Marcus. I think, just the ability to put together longer stretches of good defense. We're a good offensive team that if we can score, then we can run. I mean, if we can get stops, then we can run. And it allows you to play in the open court. And so, I think it worked for us. It really kind of works together. We've been a pretty good half-court offense with our guard play. And then if we can get stops and then use that in the open court, it's easier to score in the open court, points per possession-wise, right? So for us, it's been a big emphasis. We've spent, as I've said to you guys before, sometimes you think I'm lying probably because our performances haven't always been as good defensively, but we're spending like 80% of our time on defense, to try to improve in that area.
And at the beginning of the year with the defense, it was a lot of fouling. That seems to have calmed down a bit.
We've changed schematically a little bit, and that has been good, but I think more so the combination of that and sort of the effort and the connectivity and just some experience. I mean, we've got guys who a couple guys who are new to me. So,
Dave.
Dayton, I believe, entered the day leading the A-10 in rebounding margin. You guys won the battle of the boards and were up for the entire 40 minutes for the most part in that category. What was the commitment? What was the key to doing so well on the glass against?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about their physicality and the idea that the guards needed to come and get to the glass as well. I know BA had a bunch of rebounds in the first half. I don't know what we finished with, but we're good. We're not terribly physical. I don't think that's any surprise, right? We're sort of big-ish, but we're not a big physical team, and so some of our rebounding really has to be gang rebounding. Like somebody's got to be like blocking out, and the next guy comes and gets it, and that was a little bit of it, I think, in the first half.
And you mentioned Brendan. He had 11 of 12 from the line down the stretch.
He was a great free throw shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was 87. I mean, he missed the one at Mason. I was like, man, it would have been nice to make that and breathe a sigh of relief for the last 10 seconds. But yeah, excellent free throw shooters, and those guys are. That's how you win games, obviously, against good teams. It's a minute left and we're up 10 or whatever. Like Dayton's not going to lay down, So you're going to have to stop them and inbound and get fouled and take care of the ball and all that, make free throws.
Can you talk about your game plan specifically for Darren Holmes, who he helped him to 14 points? People are considering him one of the favorites for conference player of the year. Just what was your strategy there?
Well, we brought doubles to him early, and then I think some of the stuff about doubling people is it's more of a rhythm thing. Like I don't know that okay, we're doubling and so they're never going to score. No, sometimes you double and they throw out and they make a three, and so you don't want all of that all the time, obviously. But with a great post player, the rhythm of hey, am I being doubled? Am I not being doubled? Are they coming on the dribble? They're not coming on the dribble. Hey, where am I throwing it? Where are my reads? Oh, wait, hold on a second. Now they're playing me one-on-one. Oh, I haven't shot it in a while one-on-one. That type of thing to try to keep them off balance.
Following up on the rebounding question, you guys are now 9-1 when you out-rebound your opponent and 1-8 when you don't. Is it easier to get buy-in when you can show them hey guys, if you rebound, we will win?
I'll use the stat on Monday. Pete Carroll said if you want to be good rebounders, you have to recruit players that grew up close to the train tracks, right? So I'm constantly asking them for their home addresses so I can Google them and see when they don't rebound. My home address in Queens lived right near the train tracks, so I got that covered rebounding at 5'7". It's the effort has to be there, the importance has to be there, and again, sometimes guys have a knack to rebound, right? They are great. I coached Bruce Brown at Miami, and that guy can rebound as a guard. It doesn't matter, he'll just go get it. Pat Connaughton, rebounder, played against him every game, just go get, doesn't matter what size, whatever. And then I've coached big guys that never got a rebound, and so you hope that the guys who don't rebound block out. If you're not going to get it, can you at least keep the other guy off it?
Two more if we got it. Dave.
Just another incredible performance from James Bishop. I mean, it's kind of everyone's kind of running out of ways to praise him for the season so far, but just how incredible has he been?
You almost take his decision making for granted. It's so good. You almost just say when he makes a mistake or a bad read or whatever, you're wow, I haven't seen one of those in a long time. I thought in the St. Louis game he made a couple bad ones, but I'm man, that was like super uncharacteristic because it just is like a broken record over and over and over again. A guy making great choices. He's so poised, so skillful. He's not a big guy, but he's tough, and his feel. I mean, the pass he threw to Noel tonight. It's a great, like the guys I've coached, like Coach Shane Larkin was a 16th or 17th pick in the draft. That was like he could like hang on to it with two guys, bigger guys on him, like just hang on to it, hang on to it, hang on to it. Most guys are like scared. James like hung on to it, hung on to it, hung on to it. Got two guys with him. Okay, Noel's open. I'm just wrap around, bounce pass, dunk like that. That's not easy to do. It may look easy. It ain't easy. I know I'm small too. I can't. Yeah.
One more if we got it. Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.